the deepest of toolboxes. So Caneliano in the orange, Novara in the blue. Game 2 of the semi-final. Caneliano taking the game first up, 3 sets to 2. And after all that build-up, we're underway with a service error.
And I always wonder if there's a little bit more stress for someone like Caneliano, who played at Novara since 2014 and then just transferred over to Conegliano. I mean, her heart and soul was here with this team in this gym.
Absolutely, she was a best middle blocker in the league in her time with Novara, as that one's overpassed and put down. But, and as awful as it sounds, I'm sure Novara understand when Caneliano come knocking, you kind of have to answer.
Yeah, 100%.
2-0 then, early break point for Novara. Gabi on reception. A little tip in behind, the cover's good. Say a free ball. Alsmeyer's actually done well to create a bit of chaos. There's De Gennaro who offers up a free ball. Oh, shooting, got a hand on it, but can't stop Alsmeyer. And this, the perfect start for Novara, 3-0.
And they'll be thinking back to that last match, right? They had a good first 2 sets and couldn't hold on to it. The key for Novara right now is to play that long game. So yes, come out with energy and be excited and play these first few points, but can they extend that all throughout the match?
Caneliano go to the middle. Novara a bit disorganized, but Wash to the middle again, and Sarah Farr gets her first point of the night. Caneliano's first point of the night.
Yeah, that's one of the connections that's probably better than any middle setter connection in all the game of volleyball, considering how long those two have been playing together.
Here is Wash. Worked off the hands by Alsmeyer, so they go the other way. There is a block touch, but not enough to stop the points. Santarelli not looking at the court right now. Tatiana Tolok opens her account.
She's the key. She is the one that Conegliano have to find a way to stop. They did so towards the end of the last set, but she's just hitting so high and aggressive.
Second season at Novara. Arrived from Kaliningrad, still 23 this year as shooting. But that is still a brilliant defense for Novara, and now the chance to score. Block touch, a good one. Volley with the first, she can't set. Gabi! There is a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Tension in these rallies, isn't there? There are moments here. It's difficult to really pick who's getting the better of them.
Yeah, it feels a little nervy out there, which is not something I typically would say about Conegliano. But again, they're, with Gabi back in the lineup, they're kind of finding their groove again, especially after that match against Darren Spoor.
Huck off the hands of Herbots. And the gap now closed to 1.
If there's anyone that you can ask to get the groove back, it's Hawk.
Yes, yes. Gabi. Oh, the set not quite on the money. This for 4-4. Oh no, shooting doesn't take a swing. And that's put down nicely from the middle. They maintain the breakpoint lead. Bonifacio scores, and yeah, this is a bit un-Conegliano-like right now.
Yeah, especially on Maki De Gennaro, who's typically one of the best liberos in the world. I mean, that's a very aggressive swing, but that seems like something she could just sit in and pop up.
That's a better reception from De Gennaro. Another good defensive touch. That swing's not going to win the point, but what they're doing well at the moment is picking out Volley. She's not doing a lot of setting. Herbots into the block, and Bonifacio reacts. Another good rally for Wash in position, shooting, finds a way.
That's a lovely finish to the rally, especially a ball that's tight like that, and you can see how Volley is kind of struggling to keep herself out of the net, not go under the net either, and puts up still a beautiful, fast ball to the pin.
4-5. Far serving right on the net tape. And look how casual Gabi is in that reception. Fed in nicely. Again off the hands. Good block touches these from Caneliano. Far sets. Hark swings. Nice dig back court. That was Alsmeyer. Oh, now then. First block of the night. It's a big one. And Caneliano a level.
That's what they do so well, is they move along the net quickly, and they're so efficient. Their middles, especially the taller middles like Far and Kirikella, they are not giving up any speed with that height. So if they're able to get to the pin, they're so lethal.
Far. Good serve, over on one. Caneliano lead for the first time.
Yeah, like we said, they don't look rattled at all. A couple of points down, but all it takes is, a strong serve here, an overpass, and then they're right back off to the races.
Six-5. Decent serving again from Far. And a good block touch as well. Gabi feeds it in, shooting. How does she do it, Key? Because it doesn't look dangerous, it doesn't look heavy or fast or quick, but she's so precise.
Yeah, and I think she varies it really well as well. And you can see the problem there is Alsmeyer's creeping in for a short ball like the first one, but it goes long.
Abbiamo davanti due giocatrici di 2 metri che sono tutte sopra rete. Se giochiamo di forza non la possiamo vincere con loro. Lina, this ball with 2 hands, it's one easy ball, We cannot lose this chance. Vai, ragazze, bisogna mettere un po' di energia, vai, vai.
Well, it's interesting, Bernardi there, the one asking for energy from his team, but they didn't play this week. It's Conegliano who's been playing non-stop since Novara got kicked out of Conegliano, or out of Champions League. They've had a little bit more rest between their matches, so they should be fresh and ready to go.
Little Freudian slip there, Key. You're not suggesting for 1 second that Caneliano could do the business. Again, I mean, what a tournament that is. As Far goes long, and that brings the service run to an end, but she's done her job. Yeah, when it gets to this stage, and look, I don't want to sort of cast aspersions, but it's generally a couple of Italian teams left, a couple of Turkish teams left, and it gets serious, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, 2-2.
Tatiana Tolok. She went for that, found the seam, but couldn't find the baseline. 8-6, so Caneliano, it's a 5-point swing. They were 3 down, they're now 2 up. Just the 1 point for her. Shooting has picked up 4 already. De Gennaro, the pass is on the money. 4 points, turns to 5 points. Shooting is having a lovely time out there on the left-hand side.
It's a perfect connection between her and Volley, and it's because, I mean, there's a million different reasons. Obviously, it's skill, but because of her height, she can kind of just get up in the air and cut that ball off so far up there. She's not waiting for it to come down, so it's kind of a combination of flat, fast, and high at the same time.
So what you're saying is she largely does what she wants, doesn't she?
Once you get to this point, once you've seen it all, done it all, you get to do what you want.
A little faster. But again, the defense is good. What's the offense like? Oh, another touch. Bumped overhead, shooting. Then Alsmeyer with the first touch. Tolok, she tips this time. Caneliano defending well. Alsmeyer. That's a miss hit. No touch off the block either. And Bernardi said it in the timeout, didn't he, Key? We cannot miss this opportunity. And it does feel a little bit like the opportunity's passing them by.
Yeah, especially on those balls, like he mentioned, that are not the most aggressive swings from shooting in particular. He was mentioning for Alsmeyer, hey, those are the balls, just take it overhead. You've got to be able to handle those, because they're going to come at us much more aggressive. So when they do take a little bit of heat off, those are the ones we've got to take care of.
So they're looking for a block touch. The flight of the ball didn't look like there was, and the camera angle confirms that. So that's one timeout called by Novara and one unsuccessful challenge. They still have one remaining in the first set. Yeah, now 3 points down. Shooting at the service line. 4 attacks. 1 block. 1 tricky float serve. Oh, De Gennaro. That's back over on 1. Alsmeyer makes it work this time.
I love these kind of tips. I know there's a lot of conversation going around the world right now, in the volleyball world that is, about this particular tip right here and how they're trying to get rid of it in international play this summer. I think it's great for undersized hitters, for craftier hitters, just getting quick points to get out of a rotation.
Slide attack. Cross court. Oh, and it's tagged the line as well. She didn't look particularly happy with the connection there. Did she, Kitty Keller? But a point is a point.
Yeah, I'm trying to see where that ended up. I think she might have thought it was out originally.
Well, all the time, Key. Actually, we'll come back to this when the ball's dead, because I want to pick up on the point about that shot you were just talking about. And that is a miss. But with regards to that, we always talk about volleyball IQ, don't we? And having the toolkit, the toolbox, the tool belt, whatever you want to say. And you need to fill that with as many assets as you can.
Yeah, 100%. And I think the hard-driven ball, if it's in a perfect situation or a tip right behind the set, like those are the things you build. But if there's a tight set situation, the blockers are just going to stuff if you try and swing big. That's when that push, tip, throw comes into play, which especially undersized hitters have to use that even more often than other taller players. Because if the ball is tight on the net, the height is the only advantage you can really have. So, I don't know, I think it just levels the playing field just more than just the physical.
Tell you who's not an undersized hitter is Sarah Farr. She got that last point, and change has been made in the outside position. So Britt Herbott's on, Mayu Ishikawa on in the backcourt into the service reception. Tolok. Well, these hitting errors becoming more and more frequent now. First Alsmeyer, then Tolok. 3-point lead has turned into a 6-point deficit, and the second timeout called.
Forgot what we did until now. Calm, coming back and try to play our game. Brief outside all our stress. Calma, calma. Ok? Vai, andiamo, via.
Yeah, 4 points in a row. 5 of the last 6. Not looking good for Novara.
And the thing is, Conegliano have not made a mistake in their attacks. They have not given up a single attacking error. They're 9 for 9.
Ishikawa on for 1 point, not got a touch yet. Doesn't get one there either. Alsmeyer the target. A little bit of hang time from Lena Alsmeyer there. Oh, it's a lovely tip, but the pancake works. Another opportunity though for Caneliano. Another opportunity for Gabi, and one she doesn't miss.
The roundhouse, the swing that is recognized around the world. And this is what the most clever players in the world do. She starts with that tip, gets the other team out of system. They then have to send a freer, or at least simpler ball back to her team. And then she gets another chance to go with a swing that she likes.
15-8, Caneliano comfortable in this opening set, largely because of situations like that. Gabi too good, Novara too blunt, and the game's getting away from them.
That's a perfect example of a missed opportunity. Here's the final swing, and that's just elite by Gabi. But what I'm looking at is just a moment before that, when all the blockers had pulled in Tolok had basically a free net, and she couldn't swing on it.
16-8. Here's Ishikawa, lovely pass. Chases on, oh, shooting, gets there. But again, Gabi, not interested at all in swinging on that. She trusts the block, oh, and that's why. Halsmeyer off the hands and down. Relief for Novara.
Finally, they're able to get something going. But even that play, and you mentioned it there, Gabi put the tip right on top of Tolok. She had to take it. She's out of the offense. So even those simple things that are not necessarily an aggressive move you wouldn't see from the outside, Conegliano are still doing the right thing, putting the ball in the right place, playing into their strengths.
Taylor Mims into the game. Oh, what cover by De Gennaro. Oh, and the miss from Haak, that would have been incredible.
I mean, it's not by much. Even the fact that De Gennaro is even there. You know, by all accounts, I'm thinking Volley, one of the best players in the world. I'm not worrying about her getting blocked. But that's why I'm not De Gennaro.
Yes, exactly. All the way out to the edge. And that is stunning from Bella Haak. 2 touches to get it there. Oh.
Just beautiful. And that comes down to, I don't know if that's a miscommunication between libero and the pulled off opposite, because 2 players going for the same ball and neither getting them, that tells me there's some confusion there.
Halsmeyer feeds it in. First swing for Mims, returns on 1. On the block, that one-on-one in the middle. And Key, you'll tell us firsthand, middle blockers love those.
I mean, it depends what side of the block you're on. It probably feels a little better for Far than it does for Bonifacio. But yeah, those one-on-ones where you've committed with your middle, you don't have to go anywhere, you're just standing in your comfort zone.
Oh, that's an ace! It's an ace from Volley, and it's on Ishikawa. That should not be happening, but it is. Caneliano showing their championship credentials. Volley serving beautifully. Now, back to the day job of setting. Mims. No real venom in that swing. Plenty in that, though. What an angle from Bella Haak.
Conegliano are relentless, and I think I might have even challenged that ball if I was Santarelli after, but they don't have to because they win the point. But no. that could have counted for another ace, because Volley is being so aggressive from the end line, not in the way you may think. First one goes deep on Ishikawa, second one just tickles the tape. I mean, variety in the serve is one of the hardest things to read.
Giulia Carraro. Come on, at setter. Cambi takes a breather. Volley, well, I mean, it's not for lack of effort from Novara, because that's a great dig. Oh, Gabi has just laid down the gauntlet to Bella Haak as to who can put it closest to the 3-meter line.
Oh. I mean, it just gets better, and best. These are the reasons that we call these players the best in the world. If they have a chance to, they'll put a hole in the floor.
Carraro. Oh, finally. A side-out point for Novara.
The trick now for Novara is not to let Conegliano go on runs. They have to get a few points of their own to start chipping away at this scoreline. This set may be gone, but even just to get back in the mentality of we can take this team.
Shooting ends up on her front as Gabi. Oh, when she gets hot, it is so difficult to stop her.
And another reason why Conegliano are so good is the fact that even she wasn't on the court the last time they played. The last couple of matches that Conegliano have been playing, they've been playing without her, and they're still dominating everyone.
Oh, that's a miss. Mims has been looking at Bella Haak and Gabi and thinking I'll have some of that, but just proof that it is not as easy as it looks. 23-11. What are we witnessing here from Caneliano? Ishikawa with the reception. She's going to swing on this. Only as far as De Gennaro. Becomes the setter. Oh! Hark! What?
Everything is working so well for Conegliano. First of all, if you were to even move over and try and take more angle on Hawk, she would just go the other direction.
Set point. 13 set points, in fact. First one saved. Good game to win. But a side out here will do it for Conegliano. Do it in double quick time as well. De Gennaro into Volley. Hawk doesn't finish. Ishikawa. Too easy. Too easy. When you think that Novara took the first 3 points of that opening set as well, it kicked Conegliano into gear. So they actually won 25 points to Novara's 9 from the moment they got off the mark.
I felt like they just poked the bear a little bit. Conegliano were reminded, hang on a sec, who are we? That's right, we're Conegliano. 22 minutes that set was done in.
Wow. 25 points to 12. Caneliano on the road. And already thinking about the coach trip home. And Novara, Key, I've got some serious questions to answer here. Otherwise, this will be a short night, and not the kind of short night them, their coaching staff, or their fans are going to enjoy. Look at those attacking numbers.
And I think those numbers don't even tell the full story, because Conegliano, what I think they did really, really well was, I mentioned it halfway through, when they didn't have the ball to swing on, they were tipping, they were rolling, they were getting Novara in uncomfortable situations and getting a ball back to their side, and then they could go for the kill. And that's why you're seeing those numbers. I think Novara were trying to get a little bit impatient, so even if the ball wasn't there to swing on, that's when you started seeing a lot of errors in the attack. I think they had 5 attacking errors overall. You know, barely scoring more than they're making errors because they're just trying to bite off more than they could chew.
Players are back out. How much can you change in a few minutes if you're Lorenzo Bernardi, or if you are Lena Alsmeyer, or one of the players out on court? I guess we are about to find out. Volleyball is a massive momentum game, Key.
Yeah.
And Novara need to find some from somewhere.
I would also argue that one of the best attributes of a good athlete, any sport, is be a goldfish, right? It does not matter what's happened in that last set. Yes, Conegliano had the advantage, but you're back on level playing field, especially in volleyball. It's now 0-0 again. How do you respond?
Carlotta Cambi is back on court. She's serving first in the second set. Gabi receives, Hark swings. Good defensive touch. But again, Tolok can't swing. It's almost like giving Caneliano a free go at it because it's scrambled over again. Novara digging in and digging in once more. Alsmeyer. Oh, but only off the hands. It needed more because it got more from Zhu Ting. Leonardi, no chance.
Zhu Ting's been phenomenal. Already 6 points, but I'm looking at some of the numbers here. And Tatiana Tolok, only 1 point in that last set. I mentioned it earlier. She had 34 the first time they met. So Conegliano just making it impossible for her to score right now.
Bosch. Ishikawa, she stayed on for Herbots. A little touch on that. Bosch again, just giving her hitters the opportunities to hit. Tolok, that's what she can do when the ball's right.
And that has to pick up. That has to be part of the offense on Novara's side. It's insane that we have 3 players on court that can hit that angle. Oh. I mean, there are barely more than 3 players in the world that can hit that angle. Wild.
Absolutely incredible level. 1-1. Better serve. Real challenge for Zhu Ting. Gabi. Oh, so much space for her. But gosh, she does well to find it.
And again, even when Novara are starting to pick up the serve, because I think they're going to have to do that this set as well, still clever decision-making from Gabi in the front court.
Here she is serving, 6 points. Ishikawa, the target. Oh, and established in the middle. Not seen a lot of that. Bonifacio.
And Novara have not been really passing as well as they need to be able to establish that zone in the first set. So as soon as they get that serve and get that pass to the setter, we need to see a lot more middle, especially to take the blockers off the pins. I mean, when we did see it shortly, the blockers were all over it. Sarah Farr had a field day.
It's a little Desmond early in the second set. This tip not finding the floor. Chance for Novara to lead. Ishikawa ambitiously looking for hands and missing.
I'd love to see Novara as well take advantage of when they have opportunities. For example, it's not right now, but once Volley gets to the front and she's in the front court blocking, that's an area you have to see more outside attacking.
Well, that was not really there to be hit, was it? Scoccini too far off the net.
And barely making Kirikella move. I mean, one step, it doesn't go even into the hands, but if it had, Kirikella was right there. That's right in her wheelhouse, her bread and butter. I'd love to see some more backcourt attacking from Novara to try and find some angles past the block.
4-2. That's more like it. A nice setting as well, going back to Scoccini and giving her the opportunity.
Yeah, maybe Cambi taking a little responsibility for the first swing.
Yes.
Maybe it was a bit low, who knows? I'm always saying the balls are too low as a former middle.
I mean, you never admit it verbally if you're the setter, but I think that set is just a little apology. We need to apologise for that. Caneliano. Just look at the, you know, we see the wide angle, and I mean, you look at the volleyball, then all of a sudden there's a close-up, and you're like, oh yeah, that's Gabi stood next to Zhu Ting. Of course it is. It's like a video game team that you unlock.
Yeah. The all-star team.
Mayu Ishikawa. That's what she's good at. That's what she was trying for last time.
Yeah, not to mention, I mean, Ishikawa, one of the best attackers on the Japanese team, but I think what makes her so good with that team is there's really good passing to go with it. Really fast setting, flat and high, and that's kind of her game. So if the ball's not there to play...
Oh, Asha Volley! Top draw.
Yeah, she'll love to get involved. She'll love an offensive moment whenever she can. And that's that volleyball IQ you were talking about, right? That's basically just a tip at the end of the day, but because Ishikawa's just served on the other side, it falls.
Oh, and then Tolok gets blocked. She arrived from downtown. Nothing you can do to get out of the way when it's sent straight back to your Swede. Oh, they booped her. Key, they booped her.
You never want to get booped.
You don't want to get booped. They're just playing at a different pace at the moment, aren't they, Conegliano? And I think it's their own pace.
Yeah.
And that's the worrying thing for Novara. Whether it's fast or slow, how do you hang with it? Because it's very difficult to dictate your own.
And the problem is as well that once Conegliano starts playing like that, the tendency is to try and speed up your own game and play at their pace, but you almost want to slow the game down on your side so you can really wrap your head around what's going on.
Scoccini picks out De Gennaro. That's a better touch to keep the ball in the air, but it's another one of these free ball efforts from Novara. Options, Gabi. I mean, very often the best option.
I mean, it's just unfair when you look at all the options, and you can see it perfectly from that angle. You almost see this tsunami of offense coming at you. You've got Gabi on the outside, shooting on a pipe, Bella Hawk behind, Kitty Keller running on a slide. It's just everyone moving at the same time.
8-5. Better. First ball side out. What's Santarelli smiling about?
I don't know. You like that one. Maybe that was a fist bump of frustration rather than joy.
Hey, look, maybe he's a Carlotta Camby fan. We're all Carlotta Camby fans. We're all Sarah Farr fans as well. Look, you're a former middle blocker of great esteem. What is it about Sarah Farr that makes her so good?
I think it's her efficiency. I mean, she's extremely tall, but you don't lose anything with that. So typically you'll have taller middle blockers that seem to be a little uncoordinated or a little bit slow. She's absolutely not. So she has the height, the strength, and that volleyball IQ we were talking about to read the game really well and get in the right position.
Nice block, finally. Bit of joy at the net for Novara. Bonifacio and Tolok out there on the pin.
I think that's their first block of the night. Yeah, 1-3.
A bit many.
Yeah, it's not tough. It's not easy to slow down the likes of Gabi on the pin.
It's only been one ace serve. That was Volwash. Oh, wow. Thought that was going to go down off the left hand of Farr then, but no, a little tip instead. Oh, and then Farr just snatches at that one. And the referee is going to give that as a double touch. Of course, even with the law change, if the ball crosses the net and it's a double, it's still a point to the opponent.
Yeah, that's fair. There's a lot of spin on that set. And Tolok's not been having a great day in terms of the ball that she wants has not been coming to her. And if she's not scoring, Novara are a very different looking team.
Oh, well, I think with opposites as well, we're so used to seeing high quality opposites like Tolok, like Hark, like Vargas, like whoever, being able to bail teams out when the set isn't that good. But how many has she received tonight where the ball has been below the plane of the net or the tape of the net and there's been nothing she can do?
Yeah, and that's exactly it. I think if you're giving it, I mean, Hawk, perfect
exactly.
example.
And that's the difference, isn't it? Yeah.
That ball was inside, it was a little low, it wasn't exactly the ball that she wanted. Or maybe it was. Maybe they were they called that play. That's highly possible as well. Moving her inside because then the blockers aren't ready for it. But even the balls that come to her, they're a little awkward, a little low, a little out of system. She still finds insane angles on it. So it really is just a whole nother level.
Ishikawa, she's just starting to get a bit more of a grip of things, isn't she? Good pass, good swing.
Yeah, and I like that set in particular, because it's the overload where you can add the speed there, but because the middle is established now, kind of holding the block a little bit. Now they're starting to play with Conegliano, or at least play at that level.
Tolok with the serve. Zhu Ting. Oh, is that dropped in? That's a lovely block from Hak. Just as we were starting to pump up Ishikawa's tyres, Bella Hak lets a little bit of air out.
And again, that's not the moment to go down the line over the shoulder, because Hak is the biggest blocker on that side.
Ragazze, però dobbiamo essere convinte, perché basta un side out e un break point e siamo vicine. Sembra che siano avanti di 20 punti. Vai, siamo lì, dobbiamo lottare, lo sappiamo. We have to fight every ball, we are close. Side out and one break point and we are very, very close. Vai, andiamo.
He says they're close, Key. Does he believe it, and do you believe him?
Well, the first thing he says is, hey, we're playing as if they're up by 20 points, which, reminder, they were up by 10 points in the first set. So I think that's where that mentality and that kind of feeling of just being underneath a mountain of, Conegliano pressure, is that it started in the first set. So now they have to just overcome that mindset or that fear of the first set repeating itself.
They're certainly putting up a better fight here, Novara, but still find themselves behind in set 2. Tolok. It's another horrible situation, but not even making Caneliano earn the point. That's an issue.
I mean, I called this out in the first set. Conegliano still have only missed 1 attacking error, whereas Novara have missed 9. And a lot of it has to do with maybe the first contact, right? Conegliano are serving really tough and getting them out of system. Even that ball, that's out, but it's by a hair, right? And they've forced Novara to play this higher, slower, awkward ball because they're just putting a lot of power on that first serve.
Ishikawa. 3 points for her, all from attacks. Certainly got the tools from the service line, but Gabi deals with that well, and the slide attack. Kitty Keller.
I feel like Kitty Keller and Farr are very similar style of middles, both tall and strong at the same time. And she loves that slide. She's been running it for decades at this point. Knows exactly which direction to swing if there's a blocker up.
Pipe attack, that is a little beauty to Tolok. I've seen it run a lot, but it is mighty impressive when they do.
Yeah, I think that the key for Novara right now is they have to start finding different ways to score. So they've been trying that high ball on the right side. They've been trying a little faster on the pin. I need to see that backcourt start firing different zones of the net to just move the blockers.
Dalderop on to replace Zhu Ting as that goes over on 1 and Bonifacio's there. Novara back within 2.
Another opportunity. This time that opportunity was taken. That's the difference as well. In the first set, moments like that were kind of falling by the wayside. They have to be really sharp and locked on to get those quick points.
Dalderop spent 2 seasons playing with Novara. Back around 2020 to 2022. Again, just like Novara being able to bring on someone like Ishikawa for someone like Herbots, what about Caneliano? Able to bring Ika Dalderop on for shooting. Strength and depth is superb.
Yeah, the depth of a team is really where the true value lies. If your first team, your first string is struggling a little bit, or even if you just want to make subs and to strengthen up a reception or a blocking line, that's where that value lies.
Double-hander for Gabi. Well, in the men's league at the moment, Trentino are really finding out how difficult it is without your rock star. The defending champions, Mickey Aletto's injured. And they were not able to put up a fight against Lube Civitanova at all. They were completely dismantled. 16-13. Any touch on that? Yeah, you think that Michieletto versus Alex Nikolov. Now that's a game. You take Michieletto out of that contest, then it's not a game at all. And, you know, you look at Caneliano and Novara. Rock stars everywhere. Let's listen in here.
We have to pay attention in our side, okay? Because they play very well, but the first step is what we do here in our side, girls. Vai. Charlie può andare bene provare ad aprirsi con la fast per mettere dentro lei o in pipe o in gamma anche, non dargli sempre il discorso della pipe, mettergli anche la gamma. Vai.
One of the things I like about volleyball, Keane, and you don't necessarily get it in a lot of other sports, particularly when coaches are speaking to their players, is the acknowledgement that the other team are playing well. And at this moment, Conegliano are playing well.
I mean, I don't watch a lot of other sports, to be fair, so I don't know. But you're exactly right. I think you have to, because if you know, start berating your team, saying, "Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that?" And they're going, "Coach, I'm trying everything I can."
Yeah.
Especially against a team like Conegliano, where getting a point is not a given. Not everyone in the world, not every team in the world can get those points on Conegliano. So when you do, you kind of got to ride that momentum, that energy, that positivity.
Bonifacio won that point to get Novara back within 3, back within 2, an overpass. Punished.
Now we're starting to see some volleyball IQ here. An aggressive serve, a change of direction from Ishikawa, and she knows even if Hawk gets underneath that, that's one less attacker for her blockers to worry about.
Halsmeyer, 15-17, much more of a contest, but still when Caneliano are ahead on, and Bella Hawk just drops that mid-court like it's nothing.
Bernardi is frustrated by this one because, I mean, that's not it's an aggressive tip, yes, but it's not just behind the block. It's not deep into a corner. It's kind of right in that central zone where, I mean, I'm not a defender. I was a middle blocker. They're all hard for me, but you'd feel like someone will be able to get that up.
Another good pass. What's the finish like? Very nice indeed. Tolok starting to have a bit more of an effect, certainly, on the scoreboard.
And I think Novara needs to take those moments where they're able to score, especially on a tip like that, and kind of read the defense. So basically, Conegliano have decided that De Gennaro is going to take those short tips. So the shorter they go, the better. Even if they're aiming it a little bit towards Hawk, they're still going to get some frustration for Conegliano.
Change in the middle. Indy Byends has come in for Scoccini. That one has whizzed past everybody off Hawk.
Oh, so good. So much space.
(1916) Caneliano closing in on a 2-set lead. Ishikawa, Tolok. Very nice. And it's the first time, Key, we're seeing a little bit more efficiency about this Novara side out, isn't it?
Yeah, the first ball in is the most important there, and they're doing a better job of getting that to where the setter is so she can feed Tolok. Even that doesn't look perfectly comfortable, but much better.
She's up to 7 points now, 6 attacks, 1 block. Nobody in the ABS club yet where you get points for attacks, blocks, and service aces. Caneliano 20, Novara 17. Make that 20-18.
We haven't seen a lot of these. I feel like this is where Ishikawa really shines, kind of going off the hands of the block. That's the first time I can think of so far that she's really utilized that skill tonight.
Ishikawa. 18-20. Novara need to pick up some break points from Sunwheel. Good touch on that block. Zhu Ting's back on court. Zhu Ting is back on the scoreboard.
She's been so elite tonight. I feel like it's her decision making that's worked really well. I mean, even that Wolosh is off the net, still feeds her that flat ball. And this tip is fully and truly into the back court. That's not right behind the block. It's not in the center. That's almost on a defender, and they're still not handling it.
Bearing in mind, she's not been on the court the whole time. She is the joint top scorer in the game. Her, Gabi and Haak all on 8 points as Novara get another one back. 19-21. They are not done yet. Indy Bayens is going to be serving for the first time. Very useful server at club level and at international level as well. Could she pick up an ace? They've been sorely lacking. It's a good ball into Volley though, and a pipe attack, unstoppable. This time, Hart coming from backcourt through the middle.
And we're talking about so many good players all in one. I mean, this pipe ball, it's almost impossible to recognize that it's coming from the setter, first of all, to get there in time. But again, you've got 3 players on Conegliano's side that are all scoring more than anyone on Novara's side.
Kirikela. Oh, it's off the hands. Well played. Alsmeyer takes Novara up to 20. They are a lot closer than they were in set 1.
And there's the moment.
Still need some points on serve.
Right, we talked about using Wolosh because now she's in the front court. That's the moment to go over the shoulder, so that's really smart by Alsmeyer.
Skonia Milo has come on, a libero by trade, just to shore up the passing. That's exactly what she does. Gabi! Oh, down the line. A rocket off the right hand.
She's so fun to watch. Just the casual nature of it. Just kind of comes in, looks really natural and comfortable, sees where the block is lined up, chooses the opposite direction.
Tell you who's not finding it fun. Scoccini and Tolok. Here is Tolok though. Off the hands, Ishikawa in a good position. Tolok offers up the tip this time. She outsmarts Gabi for 21-23.
Which doesn't happen often. No. Outsmarts Gabi is something that almost like an oxymoron.
Alsmeyer. 5 points for her, all from attacks. This needs to be a good serve. Well, they've got a chance here to make it a 1-point game. Tolok can't deliver. Bowash is deep. Gabi looking for hands. She likes it. Bernardi's not sure. But Alsmeyer asking the question, but it is set point Conegliano. I mean, if Novara don't like it that much, they're welcome to challenge.
I think it's off Tolok. Yeah, no challenge coming. She would have called the coach off, but man, Gabi's so good at that.
Up to 10 points now. Leading scorer in the game. This set point. Oh, and it's a soft way for the set to end for Novara. Oh, they worked so hard to stay in touch, but in the end, the pressure too much. An error on a passive hit. Now Novara staring down the barrel of a 2-set deficit. Caneliano in cruise control in the first set, comfortable in the second. 25-12, 25-21. Novara key better, but still not good enough.
Yeah, and again, it's the blocking of Conegliano. They're up to 5 blocks now. They just much better by Novara to try and get past them and open up some different spaces on the net. But again, it's that kind of multitude of attacks that are coming at you. It's almost like Volley is feeding one, then the other, then the other, then the other, then the other, and then back to the first, and the other, and the other. Whereas on Novara's side, you kind of feel like there was only one person scoring, and even not at her highest clip.
What are the numbers going to tell us? When Novara there, out attacking Caneliano, but still losing 25-21. What can you do?
I mean, look at the errors. 7 errors given up by Novara. And again, Conegliano still, I mean, overall, and this is the number I keep going back to, they have 31 points in attack. Only 1 error was made in those entire 2 sets in the attack in particular. They've made a couple more in the serves, but overall, Novara are trying to play a little bit outside of themselves. And again, Conegliano just serving tough. They're making it tough with every contact.
2 errors in a set. I mean, goodness me. That's why they're a championship team. Right, 2 sets done. We'll be back shortly with set number 3. Referee's whistle goes. Let's do the head-to-head of the 2 superstar opposites. I mean, the number at the top is fine. The number second tells you a lot, doesn't it? So 1 in 3 for Tolok, 1 in 2 for Hark. You extrapolate that over a set, over a match, it makes a big old difference.
And I think one of the main differences for me is that Novara, again, they really rely on Tolok to be their scorer. That's what they've done all season long. So they keep feeding her. They keep giving her balls that maybe are not the balls that she's able to score. Typically she is, but if she's the only one, then it makes it a lot harder. Whereas on Conegliano's side, Volley can kind of choose, when do I want to send it to Hawk? Usually it's going to be in better situations.
Well, it is Hark who's going to serve first in the 3rd set. A must-win set for Novara. They've changed ends. Set number 3 underway. Ishikawa feeds it in. Lovely pass. Massive block and the cover incredible. What a way to start the set. How does this one end? Oh, block on Xu Ting and De Gennaro's there. Xu Ting with the tip. Volleyball all over the place. Tolok to finish the job. Denied. De Gennaro. Hark finishes. Oh, what a rally. What a start to the set.
I mean, you almost feel like this is good news, even though that point went Conegliano's way. That's how you want to play if you're Novara. That's how you want to be going at every single point, giving yourself a fighting chance.
Well, he was talking about the distribution of the attack as Hark serves again. Don't think there's a touch on that either. Oh, there is. So, yes, Volley goes to one, then the other, then the other. Xu Ting 9 points, Hark 10 points, Gabi 10 points. How do you defend that?
With much difficulty. I mean, as a middle blocker in particular, there's just so much movement going on. You're kind of already feel like a chicken, like with your head cut off, and then add all the different areas that Volley has been finding. That's not going to help either. Tolok usually good for an ace or 2. One of the best servers in the Italian league, and if she's not getting her aces, tough day at the office for Novara.
Still just Volley, the only ace of the game. There's a joust there, and that goes Carlotta Cambi's way.
I'm always fascinated when the taller players don't win the joust, but the key is For all you setters out there that are wondering, you know, you got to be the last one to push. So typically the taller player will take the ball earlier, and then that last push of the shorter player is what ends up being the win. Always feels like a David and Goliath moment, though.
Well, that's 2 service errors and 3 serves for Novara. Keeps Caneliano ahead. But we are onside out early in this 3rd set. Credit to the fans, they're still creating an amazing atmosphere here. That'll do. Indy Bayens likes that slide attack. She's kept her place on court in the 3rd set.
Yeah, especially considering that set, usually in the slide, I love that slide to go really wide so that the attacker can choose if they wait, go line, or they cut it off early, and there she's gone early.
3-3. Hark! Bangs that down the middle of the court.
The thing about defending against Hawk, we mentioned it earlier, she's finding these incredible angles short. So if you look at the defense lining up against her, they're trying to take, Gabi in particular, she's coming in for that really short ball, but they have to defend the entire court when she's swinging.
Gabi pushes that one out wide. This works well. Off the hands, Alsmeyer for 4-4.
Catching so far, just a little bit floating.
Gabi looping. Float serve, far receives. Gabi swings. Oh, she's only found the corner. And Bernardi's got his arms outstretched, but she sowed that seed of doubt and reaped the rewards.
Yeah, Gabi again. Everything is available when she goes up to swing. And that one, though, those are the opportunities, right? Bernardi was talking about those are the ones they have to play. Cleared it up. Nope, just a hole in the block. No worries. That looked like it went on the outside of Xu Ting. Conegliano back to doing Conegliano things. And again, Hawk, we've seen her go sharp inside. We've seen her go deep corner. Now she changes it up and goes back down the line. Let's see if Farr has a little more aggression on her serve. Oh, using the middle. This is what I want to see more of Novara as well. Can they establish that zone again? They've been going to it and then going back to it, but again, the passing has to be first and foremost. But if Bonifacio has that over-the-shoulder shot, I love it for her.
Six. Here is Bonifacio. Starting to get the serve together a little bit more after those early errors, and now a chance to take the lead. Oh, but again, when they get the chance, they fluff the chance, and look what happens. And that's happened far too many times tonight, Key. All they've needed is a clean swing, but it's ended up being a free ball.
Yeah, nothing free about that swing as well. Kirikella recognizing who's just served. If there's a middle blocker in the backcourt, that is going to be the laser-focused target of any attacker in the front court. There's a breath of fresh air.
7-7. Well, it's the first time we've really gone into a side-out arm wrestle, but I think Novara would rather be having this at 21-21 as opposed to 7-7. They hang in there for the duration of the set. They need to reverse sweep Conegliano here, and that is not something that happens often. That one banged off the hands. Back in from Gabi, and that is just about the textbook slide attack from Kirikella.
Again, Conegliano so comfortable, even though Conegliano were the ones who overpassed. Tolok goes back, has a killer serve. They overpass. You'd think that Novara would have the advantage there, but they kind of waffle it, like you mentioned.
Zhu Ting sends that one a little too deep.
I love Santorelli's facial. Were you going to say the same thing? His facial expressions always get me.
I was wondering if he was asking for a lighter. What's he doing with his hands? Here's Ishikawa. Too easy. Oh, Key. Look at the score. Look at the score. We might be going to Brooklyn, Key.
We've been waiting for it.
Oh, it's been a while, but that just shows how dominant Caneliano have been. They have opened up these early leads. But a chance now. Need to keep siding out. Tough shot to hit. Gabi. Oh, too good. There's the break point. 10-8.
Now this is the key. This is where Novara have to make sure they don't allow Conegliano to get that confidence boost, to get those few points in a row. Again, cutting off immediately. No more break points.
Oh, that's a really good serve. And another free ball opportunity, all thanks to the service pressure. Far makes no mistake. And you said, Key, this is what Novara needs to avoid. And they find themselves 3 points down at the timeout. Caneliano 11, Novara 8.
Credetemi, non guardiamo più il punteggio di niente, però dobbiamo giocare con coraggio. A noi manca il coraggio. Siamo 8 pari, adesso 11-8. Sembra che perdiamo 20-0. Perdiamo, pazienza, non mi interessa niente. Ma così non è possibile giocare con questo atteggiamento. Cazzo, tiriamo fuori qualche cosa, oh!
Bernardi's trying to pump his team up, right? We need courage. We need to go forward in the attack. I want to see a little something here that I haven't seen. But my thought process when I go into these timeouts, when I was an athlete, I wanted coaches not to be my cheerleader. I wanted them to tell me, all right, where can I score? What is open? Who's front court? What is the best thing that I can do right now to get that point?
Another good serve. Ishikawa with the reception. I like that. Indy by ends. Out wide. Finish as well.
She's been a great addition coming in recently. Getting that fastball behind. Just recognizing when to go cross. That time the blocker on the other side just a little bit late.
Bump set. Gabi. Far from the 3-meter line, still finds the winner. So good.
And they both have an interesting spin on them as well. I mean, she does that roundhouse swing that no one really replicates in the world of volleyball. And she puts so much power and spin on it that even you can see there, the defender is right there in the right spot, and even then can't get it up.
Serve a bit shorter this time. De Gennaro. I mean, oh. Is that a pokey?
Yeah, and it almost went down.
Good block, Far. Really making Novara work for this. Shooting. Sends that over pretty flat. Camby has a little check. Tolok! Chops and slices and misses everything.
Just having a look at that play as well. Might have been some net touches going on, but no need for a challenge by Conegliano if ball goes long anyway. And tonight has not been Tolok's night. I mean, we've seen huge performances from her over the season. We need another one tonight.
10-13. Funny, isn't it? Just as you say, it's not her night, she scores as night is day, but I mean, it's law of averages. You take as many sets as she does, you're going to pick up points.
And you could feel the difference in that set. I mean, I don't know if it's just my volleyball spidey senses, but that felt like it had the height and the width that she is then the aggressor on the ball rather than the other way around.
That's a nice swing. Put down by Alsmeyer after some great work backcourt by Giulia Leonardi, the libero.
Yeah, slicing that underneath the block. We haven't really seen the best of Alsmeyer either. I think she loves those fast balls because she can beat the block, but again, the pass has not been there.
All the while, though, Caneliano are just careering towards victory.
That's faster than most opposites are playing at.
Yes, yes,
Hawk I feel like she's one of those tall attackers. You just throw the ball up in her direction, but Conegliano are playing with pace when it comes to her.
Another good block touch. Just forces Tolok to play it over the net. Oh, I love that platform set from Dejanara. It's so good.
Yeah, we don't talk a lot about the liberos, but if you have one who can set that fast, I mean, she's stepping in. That's almost like it came off of Volosh's hands. That's how good that set is.
C'è il secondo libero che non può giocare. No, me l'ha chiesto, me l'ha chiesto.
Calling on your Italian key.
Yeah, they're asking something about a libero, if the second libero can play. I'm not sure whose voice that was.
Sì, no, con la titolare per dichiararla inabile.
So they've got Giulia Denardi, who is the other libero. Giulia Leonardi, so Giulia Denardi is
sì, no, lui vuole fare la 8, si è fatta male, via. Poi c'è il secondo libero però, che non può giocare, via. Sì, dobbiamo scrivere tutto. Sì, e la 6 diventa libero. Sì, adesso cambiamo maglia. Cambiate maglia, io segno. Allora, segnami. Primo libero, inabile.
So Giulia Leonardi has been injured. It looks like she has to come off. They're asking if they can bring in another libero, but she wasn't wearing the libero jersey to begin with. So is she able to come in as a libero? She has to change her jersey and come back. I'm wondering what happened to Leonardi, though. I didn't see anything in real time.
It just looked like she was struggling with the top of the leg as she came off there.
Yeah.
Don't like to guess at these kind of things, but
libero 6. La maglietta ce l'abbiamo.
Okay. Yeah, so in comes number 6 then, Denardi. But she had to go back and put her libero jersey on. She had been injured a few days ago. She had been the starting libero all season long. So she must be fighting against something as well. There we go. She's going to change the jersey, the maglia.
So Denardi is in. Normally the best receiver in the second division before getting the opportunity at the big time with Novara. (15-11). Can be. Tip's good, but of course De Gennaro's there. Diving full length to give Huck the opportunity. That one not taken, but the block good. The reflex is incredible. Some of the cover defense in this league, but you cannot defend that. Oh my goodness, Sarah Farr.
I mean, the angles she finds. I feel like I say that word angle so many times in a match because volleyball is all about that physics. Blockers are going one way and you just cut it the other.
Ricordiamoci di usare di più la mano esterna del posto 2, Vai, usiamo di più, Dobbiamo fare qualche cosa di speciale in difesa. You have to make some special in defense, Vai.
All right, so got a little something more out of him there. He's saying make sure to use the outside hand of the blocker in zone 2. So we'll look out for that if that's a weakness that he's seen for his team to use. My only concern right now is with the injury, with Leonardi coming out. And by the way, I played with her. She's not the kind of player that would just fake an injury, or if she could play, if she's walking, she's usually playing. So it must be, I hope that it's nothing too serious. But I wonder if the momentum now shifts in Conegliano's favor. Maybe not.
Even more. You played with quite a few on either of these rosters. You played with Volley as well, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, Volley, an incredible setter in terms of recognizing who she should set at what time and expecting a lot of you as well as a hitter. If she sets you and you don't do your best to score, she's looking at you like, what's going on here?
Yeah, she set you loads, didn't she, Key?
I mean... Yes,
she did. Do not let the truth get in the way of a good story. Caneliano 17, Novara 12, third set. Caneliano might have been in 2 5-set arm wrestles in the last 7 days, but unless something drastic changes, that is not going to be the case here. Because it's another Bella Hark. Swing inside the 3-meter line. Not as much venom on this one, but perfectly placed.
Yeah, and Conegliano are doing such a good job of getting out of these positions where you think Novara has a little look in. They're almost, taking the point, and then they just don't, because Conegliano are just figuring it out so quickly. Even now that Conegliano, in this set, they've given up more service errors than we've seen all match long, and yet still it's those little details in everything else that they're doing so much better.
Nice touch from Gabi. Need to find ways to finish them though, and they do. Nice bit of defense, but Tolok on hand.
How can Novara ride this now? I mean, that's exactly what they have to be thinking about. What are we going to do to score more points? What can we do to get a quick side out, to elongate this rally, keep Bonifacio on the service line? Conegliano are going to make her play defense right now for sure.
Another lovely swing. And Novara helpless to stop it.
I mean, what can you do? As a middle blocker there, Bajans has to stay with the middle blocker who's just not even swung, and it leaves a wide open net.
Little tip. Feels like De Gennaro did that dive for show then, because she got there in plenty of time. Dinardi on for Leonardi. That's a nice tip. There are touches here for Novara, but they're really going to have to pick themselves up and dust themselves off. Am I being unfair on De Gennaro there? Was that one for the cameras?
I don't know. I think it's just second nature for her now to just look so graceful with her swan dive that it's probably easier to dive than it would be to just move her feet and get there.
Oh, that is just stunning. The pass, the set, the slide, everything about it beautiful.
So fast, just rips it. And again, cross court is her bread and butter, and the blockers are still not taking enough of it.
What are we on? About an hour and 15 minutes since this game started?
Barely.
Gabi just bumps it high. Gabi. Oh, they can't even finish the overpasses now, Novara. They can this time. Second bite of the cherry. Indy Bayerns.
And we're seeing a little bit more from Tolok as well. I think that's changed massively from set number 1, where she was really struggling. I think, what did she have? 1 point in the first set. And what's going on there?
Santarelli's smiling. Great to see him in a good mood. Dalderop has come on for Zhu Ting. Service error. Nishikawa cuts a frustrated figure. De Gennaro takes a well-earned rest. Kirikela, 6 points she scored tonight. We've still only had that one ace serve, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, the block touch was good, but no one in behind. Torlok.
Yeah, interesting that you say about the service pressure being a little bit lighter than I was expecting on both sides. Again, remember 8 serves by Novara the last time they met.
Oh, cross court from Gabi. It's funny, isn't it? Every now and then she'll just have 5 quiet minutes and then comes in with a stark reminder of how good she is.
Yeah, and it's a stark reminder of how good Conegliano is as well. If you're not really using Gabi, that's really saying something.
22-17, oh, overpass. There's that service pressure. And there is Gabi.
Rinse and repeat. I love that Volley gives her that ball again. Again, so fast. It's just perfectly hanging on the antenna up at the pin. Just enough space from the net that she has that angle to go thumb down, wrist away.
23-17. Oh, what a block! Torlok falls into the bear trap and far. Gives Caneliano 7 match points. Overpassed. Oh, but not put down yet. But now they'll have a swing for it. Volley sends it to far. Oh, there's a scrambling hand. But Caneliano cruised to victory. Cruise to victory.